Muhammad RIDWAN, Tilman Hua.
Muhammad RISWAN, FIRDAUS.
Doga SIGAN, ANAK EGOH.
What type of solution we have to overcome this issue?
Very good question. I think
Welcome to our podcast session today. My name is Muhammad Ridwan, and today we have a great guest, which is Muhammad Rizwan and Douglas.
hello, my name is Muhammad Rizwan bin FIRDAUS.
Hello, my name is Douglas SIGAN.
Today we will talk about some ethical issue in trade policy, management ethic versus the law. Thanks for joining our podcast today. How are you, Rizwan?
Yeah, I am in the pink. It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for asking me to join you. And I cannot wait to talk about some ethical issues in trade policy, management ethics versus the law by Robert McGee.
For the first session, in our podcast, we will talk a little bit about ethical issue in anti-dumping laws and related to some ethical issue in trade policy. Muhammad Rizwan, can you give an enlightenment about this issue?
Sure, the article addresses the ethical concerns surrounding anti-dumping laws and requests that these laws are essentially protectionist tools used by domestic producers to shield themselves from foreign competition. This is seen as unethical both from utilitarian perspective, resulting in negative sum game, and a right perspective relating the right and of foreign producer and domestic consumer.
Do you think there are a problem related with this issue, this one?
Wow, a very good question from Douglas. What do you think, Rizwan?
For me, there are two main problems that I address from this issue. First and foremost, unfair competition. Anti-dumping laws can lead to unfair competition by protecting domestic producers from foreign competitors. This may hinder market competition and limit consumer choice, potentially resulting in higher price and lower product quality. Second, violation of free trade principles. Anti-dumping laws can be viewed as violating the principles of free trade. They can restrict the right of foreign producers to access certain market and infringe on the right of domestic consumer to choose product freely, thus undermining the ethical principles of open trade and individual choice. That's all about the problem.
From your opinion, what type of solution we have to overcome this issue?
Very good question. I think we can go with two basic solutions, which is fair competition policies. Implement fair competition policies that ensure a level playing field for both domestic and foreign producers. This can involve regulation that promote competition and prevent anti-competitive behavior, rather than relying solely on anti-dumping laws. Last but not least, ethical trade practice. Encourage business to adopt ethical trade practice voluntarily. Companies can commit to fair and transparent trade policies which prioritize open market and consumer choice while adhering to ethical principles even without legal mandates.
Wow, that's brilliant.
I think we should take a break. We will continue our session after this. See ya! Welcome back to our podcast. Now we will continue our session related to ethical issue in trade policy.
RIDWAN, what do you think about negative consequence of economic transaction that mentioned in this article?
The article discusses the ethical issue related to economic sanctions. It points out that sanctions are often imposed with good intention but can have negative consequences. From a utilitarian perspective, sanctions are viewed as ineffective and a negative sum game. Moreover, they can violate the right of individuals to engage in free trade and contract with whomever they choose.
From your side view, what the main problem we face about economic sanction, RIDWAN?
There are two problems that we face. First and foremost, ineffectiveness. Economic sanctions are often ineffectiveness in achieving their intent goal, leading to waste resources and diplomatic effort. These sanctions may not bring about the desired political or economic changes in targeted country, resulting in a negative outcome. Last but not least, violation of individual rights. Economic sanctions can violate the individual right of people who wish to engage in free trade and business with countries under sanction. This restriction may infringe on the right of individuals to make their own choice and engage in lawful contract.
Do you think there are solutions related with this issue?
Yes, of course I have. Firstly, precise with sanction. Use sanction that specifically target to people or group causing problem rather than punishing entire countries. Is where regular citizens are less affected and those responsible are pressured to change their behavior. Lastly, talk it out. Focus on talking and negotiating with the countries involved to find solutions to problems. Diplomacy can often work better than sanctions and won't harm innocent people.
Wow, that's a good idea, RIDWAN.
Thanks, Douglas. I think we should take a 5. We will continue our last session after this. See you. Welcome back to our podcast. Now we will continue our last session related to ethical issue in trade policy.
Douglas, what do you think about ethical duty of managers that mentioned in the article?
The article emphasizes the ethical responsibility of manager, suggesting that they should refrain from using anti-dumping law to benefit their employee at the expense of the general public. Even if it is legal to do so, it is also encourage manager to make ethical choice when deciding whether to do business with specific individual business of government and not let government regulating this choice.
From your perspective, what the main problem we face about ethical duty of managers, Douglas?
There are two problems that we face. First and foremost, ethical dilemma. Manager may face a dilemma when trying to balance their duty to their employee to maximize profit and competitive advantage with their ethical duty to consider the broader impact on the general public. This can create a conflict of interest and put them in an ethical blind. Lastly, legal-based ethical. The article highlights a distinction between what is legal and what is ethical. Manager may struggle to navigate this difference, as some actions that are legally permissible may be considered unethical. This can create challenge in decision making and ethical behavior.
Do you think there are solutions related to this issue, Douglas?
Yes, of course I have. Firstly, train manager in ethics. Give manager ethical training to help them making a good choice for both company and the public. Last but not least, promote ethical culture. Build a company culture that value ethical decision. So manager feel encouraged to do what right for the organization and public.
Wow, there are many information we got from this podcast. Thanks for coming and joining me today. I really have a good time with both of you.
Thanks for having me today. I appreciate for your professional.
Me too. Was a great podcast after all.
That's all from us. Thank you everyone. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.